When we look at account management, what are we looking for over there?
I think that one's a little trickier because that term is so broadly used of what is an account manager. Um, are they truly managing accounts, or are they customer service with an account manager title? Do you expect them to expand stuff or just keep people happy? So I think that's very different. Um, so the first thing I would ask is for people to take a look at what are they defining as account management? And if it's really customer service, let's call it what it is. Let's call it customer service.
It's a great point.
Because the customer service is a very different mentality. For them, the customer is always right. They don't like conflict. So even if the customer is caught in a lie, not that customers lie, but every blue moon they might, they won't push back on that, even if they recognize it as a lie. And now somebody else has got to come in and clean up the mess. If it's truly an account management, if it's truly the land and expand approach, so they are expected to expand, I would look for moderate hunting ability. I would look for great at relationship. Now, here's the crazy thing on relationship. Every account manager will tell you they have great relationships.
Everyone.
That like they're amazing at it. And I go, really? And yeah. So I said, well, answer two questions. Has any one of your accounts ever told you like 2 to 4 weeks before they were leaving you that they were leaving and you had no idea it was happening? And they've all had that experience. And I'm like, that's not what happens when you have great relationships. When you have great relationships, they tell you things they don't tell their spouse. And they even tell you, I've never told my spouse this. Those are great relationships. Great relationships are, hey, somebody internally is unhappy. Somebody internally is thinking we need to look around and do some comparisons of other options. They're calling you, giving you the heads up, because they want you to stay, they want you to win, and they're going to coach you. That's a great relationship. But if you're not getting that, you don't have a great relationship. You have a great acquaintance.
Yeah, they're not a good coach. They're not advising you on what's going on. Or, by the way, they may not be in a position of power enough to even know. And that they may have a great relationship, but do they have great relationships at the right level?
Yeah, and a lot of times the relationship is at a operational level, not at the business user level. And I always keep going, listen, would you go buy a house without involving your spouse? They're like, no, that would be suicide. I'm like, exactly. So you have multiple stakeholders, but you only have a relationship with your key point of contact. You need to have strong relationship with all the stakeholders, because if you go to make some recommendations or try to get some things done for the single point of contact, how do you know that's what everybody else wants? They may actually be an opposite opinion to what the others want, and what you do is going to end up being wrong.
Yeah, we sometimes joke about it. It's called OCD, one contact disorder.
Nice. I like it.
They got one person that they're dealing with in the organization, and they have not gotten higher, deeper, wider in the account. And by the way, for those listeners, there's tools around that. By all means, if we can help with that in terms of what we do, please reach out to us. But that's what happens is when people have too strong of a relationship with just one person in the business, or even one or two. So they really have to have quite a few in that cadre of clients that they're dealing with within an account.
Yeah. So to go back to your original question, I would say a couple things. Look at their willingness and ability to hunt.
Even for an account manager.
Hunt small, hunt occasionally, but hunt. Their willingness, let me rephrase it, that they're willing to network and get to all the stakeholders.
Okay.
Networking would be a more palatable term for account managers. So are they willing to network? Are they willing to get to all the stakeholders? And can they build really strong relationships, not acquaintances?
Yeah.
Because when I look at when people lose accounts, account managers lose accounts generally because they got out relationship. Now, it might be that the company made some changes. Well, maybe there's a new executive team. Maybe they got by private equity. Maybe the company messed up a number of times and they're sick and tired of it. But usually, if they're providing a decent service or product, and they're providing decent service, support, decent support, I should probably say. If they're doing that and they lose, somebody came in and built better relationships with everybody else, and they got out relationshiped and they lost.
And ultimately outsold.
Yes.
Ultimately outsold, because to your point earlier, and I think you're spot on, if you're not being told that you're going to lose business unless ... then we were outsold because we didn't have the relationship. And maybe you had the relationship, but you had the relationship with the wrong people or the wrong level.
That's right. That's exactly right.